Welcome back to another episode of One Screen and One Bite. Don't forget to reserve or download our QR code marketing ebook. It's got lots of great insight, not just the blog articles here, but some additional insight only available in the ebook. That's available in the show notes or the description below. Let's jump on in. This is how to use QR codes in marketing campaigns. QR codes have received a bad rap over the years. Although they've been the brunt of many a marketing joke, we think it's a little unfair to rag on the technology. But as we've reviewed, QR codes just may have been ahead of their time. Technically, they were invented in the 90s, and it wasn't until the mid-2010s when the technology started being used by marketers. If you remember the personal tech landscape back then, not everyone had the ability to interact with those codes. Now, customers use their smartphones to do just about everything. A decade ago, we were leery about swapping financial information on the web, let alone a phone. These days, we use the apps to pay back friends for a meal, scan personal checks, and track our spending habits. So what's the point? Point is, people are comfortable with personal tech, and they're already being empowered to engage with your company via their phone. Yeah, we hear you in the back asking, aren't QR codes just a fancy way to drive someone to a website? Sure they are, but they can do a lot more than that. Brands can direct customers to content and drive donations. They can boost views and downloads, and they can give consumers a chance to engage even deeper with your brand. To help illustrate the power of the QR code, let's review some of the ways you can use them in marketing campaigns. You can boost brand identity because QR codes can impact retention, loyalty, and brand advocacy. By providing creative, convenient ways to use your codes, you can reach the right people on their own terms. And it's not all black and white these days. Brands can now customize QR code designs, including their colors, CDAs, and frames. After personalizing your QR code to fit your brand, you can then drive traffic to your website, link them to Google Maps, or send them to social media accounts. It's no surprise that Taco Bell, resident purveyor of wacky tongue-in-cheek campaigns, has seen success with QR code marketing. For example, to advertise its Carnita Bowl, the fast food chain whipped up a branded QR code made of lemons and avocados. The codes linked to information about the new menu and the chef behind the gourmet-inspired bowls and burritos. You can increase brand transparency because QR codes can help drive that transparency, which is what a 2016 study found that 94% of consumers say it's important that manufacturers and brands are transparent about what's in their food and how it's made. By placing codes on packages, wrappers, and containers, brands can make it simple for consumers to click through to find more about the product. This transparency not only promotes engagement, but it also builds trust and improves brand reputation. Increase customer engagement. Empowering customers to pay on their own terms not only makes life easier, it can help increase engagement. QR codes can eliminate the need for consumers to carry cash or cards and enable convenient contactless point-of-sale transactions. Companies like PayPal allow consumers to do away with cash and credit cards when making payments. This touch-free payment simply requires a buyer and seller to scan each other's QR code. And from restaurants to retailers, PayPal is empowering small businesses to engage with their consumers. Quick side note here. In one of the previous blogs, we saw that 70% of transactions are performed this way in Japan. So it's really only a matter of time before we get there. Lastly, and probably what most folks care about the most, is to generate more leads. What's important to keep in mind here is being cohesive with the customer journey. Add value. Of course, it's great to get more leads, appointments, phone calls, and all those bottom of funnel metrics that we all care so much about. But maybe it's adding value somewhere at the top of the funnel that shortens that customer journey and leads to a higher lifetime value. By scanning a QR code, you can take users to a landing page that prompts them to sign up for a piece of gated content, register for a webinar, or something entirely different. This lead gen strategy is really no different than the tried and true landing page marketing tactic that's been a digital marketing standby for years. However, instead of reaching people with targeted ads on Google, YouTube, or Facebook, marketers can reach their consumers directly right in the real world. Plus, landing pages are just the start of your lead gen possibilities. Hey, if you found this helpful, please share it with somebody who could benefit from the content. Definitely go and reserve or download your copy of the QR code marketing ebook. Additional bonus content in there. And as always, we'll see you next time.